Hey guys, it's me again, and today we're going to be reviewing a little bit of what we did last week with syllable division, but we're also going to be learning a new way to divide syllables, and that's with VCCCV words, which sounds really long and weird, but it's really easy. It's just vowel, consonant, 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 vowel words. So words that have a vowel in the beginning and at the end, and in the center there are 3 consonants. So first let's review from last week our VCCV words, or vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel words. Remember that we divide syllables with a couple of rules. The first rule is with the VCCV words, is that if you have a word with a vowel, 2 consonants, and a vowel, VCCV, you divide between the 2 consonants. Like between the N and the D in bandit, reptile between the P and the T, hornet between the R and the N. And the first group we call rabbit words. Okay, so those are when you have the same consonants in the center, like the 2 B's here in the middle of rabbit, and also words like happen, pillow, coffee, valley. All those have the same 2 consonants in the center. There's a vowel, a consonant, and another vowel, but these consonants are all the same. The second group, remember, we called the monkey words. Those are where you divide between 2 different consonants, and sometimes the last consonant has the E sound or Y at the end. Okay, but not always. So here, example, rescue, candy, hornet. So today we're going to talk about the VCCCV words, and the rule with that is when you divide words with 3 consonants in the middle, you leave the consonants together that usually go together. For example, blends and digraphs. So that can be a blend. Remember, blends are 2 letters that you say both of the sounds, like in the beginning of the word blend. BL is a blend. ND is a blend too, but it's an end at the end of the word here usually. Okay, digraphs are those 2 letters that you put together that say one sound, like the PH in digraph. PH says f, like that. So for example, pilgrim, I would divide it right between the L, but I would keep the G and the R together because gr is a blend. So I would keep them together and separate it right after the L. Athlete, I would keep the TH together because that's a digraph. And I would say keep it and say ath and then leet. For the word poncho, CH is a digraph. So I would divide it after the pon before the cho. So it would be pon, cho. That's where I would divide it. Okay, so just remember the rule that when you have 3 consonants in the center, you need to keep, when you decide where to divide it, you keep the blends and digraphs together. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you go to try the rest of this, because we're going to kind of talk about these a little bit. And then you're going to try a quiz on quizzes, which is really fun. I just made one for you. So like this word, dolphin. Well, PH is a digraph, right? So I'm going to not divide between here. I'm going to divide right after the L and before the PH. Lobster. There's no digraph, but there is a blend. What's the blend? The blend is ST, st. So I'm going to keep that together. I'm not going to separate that. So I'm going to put the division after the lob and before the st, stir. Pumpkin. That's a little bit trickier. There is a blend in this word. It's not a blend you have at the beginning of a word, but one you might have at the end. And that's the MP here. Mp is at the end of words like jump and hemp. Okay, so this is pumpkin. I'm going to keep the M and the P together, put the division here, and then have pumpkin. Panther. There's a digraph in this word, TH. So I'm going to divide it between the pan and the thir. 100. Okay, 100. So it's a little bit tricky in that ND sometimes can be a blend, but in this word we're really focusing on the DR. Dr. Okay, that's a blend, an R blend. So I'm not going to separate the DR. I'm going to divide the syllable right after the N. 100. Now let's look at this one. Congress. Congress. Although NG can go together, in this case I see a very clear R blend right here. Okay, so I'm going to keep that R blend together. Gra. So I'm going to separate right after the N before the GR. Congress. Congress. Okay, so that's some tips for you. There's a link that's in your folder. This is the link. And you can go onto quizzes. It's really fun. It tries to keep track of your points, and it talks about how other people are doing, and it's really fun. It's a fun way to measure your thinking. So I want you to go onto this link in your folder right after this and take the quiz. All right, good luck, guys.